Hi, thanks so much for joining me here on this session about sensitivity and social change. My name is Cynthia Winton-Henry. I am the co-founder of InterPlay and the Art of Ensoulment Courses, and I'm delighted to share this bit of learning and research with you today. Sensitivity. Sometimes we think it's a dirty word or a bad word, but it's much more than that, right? Sensitivity is rooted in an experience of feelings, sensations, and perceptions that happen when something comes into contact with our body. The Cambridge English Dictionary defines sensitivity as our ability to understand what other people need and to be helpful and kind to them. Highly sensitive people are sensitives who consistently notice more, sense more, hear more, see more, think more, respond more, and probably ask for more. Human sensitivity has really always been the most natural thing in the world. But these days, sensitivity is also a big challenge across gender, culture, race, class. Why? Okay, so the deal is that sensitives feel more, we think more, we notice more, we sense more, and we hurt more. We ask for and we need more. As sensitives, we often feel we're a bit too much. From decades of research done by Dr. Elaine Ahrens, she learned that 1 in 5 humans is highly sensitive. 1 in 5. That's a lot of us. So let's just say that sensitivity is a pattern, not a diagnosis. Let's say that high sensitivity is earth wisdom. To help our species stay attuned and in balance, Earth creates highly sensitive artists and poets and healers, intellectuals and teachers. And these sensitives are playing a vital role. Let's say that Earth worked out the math. To thrive, our species is relying on 1 highly sensitive person, perhaps in every family, or 5 sensitives in every village, or 25 in every locale. And of course, not everybody is sensitive in the same way, so different kinds of sensitivity for different things that our community needs. Let's say that that must be the right percentage to help a group continue to create, heal, and deeply listen. Be attuned. Let's say that sensitivity is a gift. Unfortunately, not all sensitives get seen and mentored. This is a societal problem because unseen, untrained sensitivity, uninitiated sensitivity hurts us and others. Many sensitives go underground. Many may get imprisoned for overreactivity or need relief by seeking substances. Plus, just every day, we sensitives are getting called out as weird, abnormal, and burdensome. We get depressed, we get shunned, and we can feel crazy. Dr. Thomas Boyce, pediatrician and emeritus professor of psychiatry, did the research with sensitive kids, and he wrote this book, The Orchid and the Dandelion, Why Some Children Struggle and How All Can Thrive. And he says, while some kids are as resilient as dandelions that spring right back when stepped on, highly sensitive kids are more like orchids. More care is needed. He discovered what allows an orchid child to thrive. Recognition and expression of our own true self. consistency, a sense of routines and sameness. Steadfast love, caritas, or what I call affection and affirmation. Human differences, that they be celebrated because we know what it's like to be different. Imaginative play, because our imaginations are alive with imagery, sensation, and experiences and stories. We also need a place for balancing fear with mastery, to rehearse that and to presence that in times of danger. Building on this research, Professor Michael Plus, psychologist in environmental sensitivity, uncovered the tulips. While 30% are characterized as highly sensitive orchids and 30% are lower sensitivity dandelions, he found that 40%, the largest group, could be understood as medium sensitivity tulips. Medium and high sensitivity people then account for 70% of the majority of the population. So how sensitive are you? Are we? Find out at Elaine Aron's website, hsperson.com/test/highly sensitive -test. Here's the deal for social change. Harm, like love, travels body to body faster than the speed of thought. And if there is harm, 70% of us feel the harm. Highly sensitive people feel harm intensely, and we must transform it. So sensitivity creates activists. Now, how do we best contribute to social change when bodily sensitivity is why one dysregulated nervous system can't regulate another dysregulated nervous system? Here's what we can do. If we get activated, we can seek social change spaces that follow Thomas Boise's suggestions. These spaces would have recognition and expression for our own true self. They would exhibit routines and sameness, a sense of consistency and stability. They would show caritas, steadfast love, or affection and affirmation. There would be a celebration of human differences. There would be imaginative play for all of the fullness of sensory experience. And there would be experiences of balancing fear with mastery. I use the word activated, not triggered. So if I'm in an activated state, which happens a lot, I say that word, activated, because my senses also mirror language and images. I need words that are nuanced and accurate and don't sensationalize violence. When you and I feel bad, about being intense or super serious, or when we're overworking or over anything, one of the things that we can do is ask, play, where are you? Because that is a way through and out of intensity. Our body's baseline purpose is not to fix things. It's to create, to play, and to rest. Thank goodness for artists, students, and lovers of life, and all these active creative approaches in the world, like InterPlay. One of the things that we can do when we're activated and we need a way to create social change is to call in balance. As Indigenous guide Sherry Mitchell shares in her book, Sacred Instructions, Indigenous Wisdom for Living Spirit-Based Change, her guidance is that we spend 1/10 of the time paying attention to harm, 1/10 of the time addressing harm, and 80% of the time creating the world you want. Now that's guidance to keep nervous systems and health stabilized. That's not just a random abstract idea. That's what bodies need. That's what the earth needs. And all of this leads to social health and change. Especially in harsh times, really harsh times, every resource of body and soul is needed for our bodies to feel like we can make it through and find our way. And this includes a sense of support from powers greater than me. It includes seeing challenges as initiations rather than just problems, fixating on problems. It requires movement and art to help clear burdensome sensations. And it includes special credentialing for the gifts that make sensitives unique. As a highly sensitive body myself, I also accept responsibility for my body spirit. Rather than stay in shame or feel othered, I continuously gather the support I need and decide when to step back or change course. I recognize that not everyone is equally sensitive. And in that recognition, I seek to actually let others off of my sensitivity hook. I seek to lighten my sensations. I notice when my thinking gets distorted. I seek detachment. I notice when I'm actually safe enough. And I'm often seeking input from trusted community about my perceptions. Being sensitive leads many of us to be educators, healers, artists, and activists. Social change is our domain, however we choose to play with it from day to day. And it's a gift. So shake out whatever you're sitting on. Take a deep breath. Let it out with a sigh. If you know someone who needs more recognition and expression of their own true self, who needs a sense of routine and consistency, steadfast affection and affirmation, who needs a celebration of human difference, who needs an imaginative play and ways to balance fear with mastery, you're more than welcome to come check out InterPlay's 8 Body Wisdom Strategies. Beautiful things happening in the InterPlay worldwide community. And if you're highly sensitive, I invite you to drop into the Art of Ensoulment Courses and information about that at my website, cynthiawintonhenry.com. In the meantime, thank you so very much for being sensitive any way that you are.